one game, but get a goal and had to be some good feels and good vibes after that.
Yeah, it was good. 6-0 win is always nice to have. No, we had some good speed out there. I got to play a lot. It was fun. Kind of that.
Feeling good working with Nico and Timo, obviously two very high-end talented guys. And how'd the first kind of game feel for you with those two guys?
Yeah, totally. They're two, like you said, two really high-end guys, two of the best players in this league. So I'm just trying to do the best of my game out there to help build that line a little bit stronger. So get that opportunity is really nice, and I'm just trying to take advantage of it.
And then were you calling for that puck from Timo, or did he just kind of see it and you knew where to go, or how did that play kind of unfold?
A little bit of mix, I think. I think he saw me and I called for him a little bit. But it's just like that awareness that some players have. Like when they get the puck at that kind of situation, they just see the other guy in the middle. And it's always nice to play with those kind of guys.
Have you noticed this year, just the feedback from, not only Lindy but the other members of the coaching staff? Notice it's, a lot more positive this year, obviously publicly, but internal as well.
Yeah, it feels good. I feel like I'm coming into this year a much better hockey player. So, yeah, always to get those kind of positive vibes, always get you a little bit more confident, and you trust your game more and more. You want to do more things out there. So, yeah, it's always a positive thing.
You saw him skate a little bit this summer, but what are your expectations kind of for Jesper Bratt, and what did you see from him this summer?
Oh, I think he's gonna have a year. Yeah, I feel like every time I see him on the ice, it's just like pure art, basically. So it's so fun to watch him every time.
So you at a point right now where you feel confident enough to not really think about what's going on out there, or do you find yourself in certain times on the ice in the preseason game where you were thinking about where you need to be, what you need to do with the puck?
I think that's something you have, I feel pretty confident out there right now. Trust the system and everything, You basically just play hockey out there. You just use your hockey sense. You know where to be. And especially me as an inbuilt goal scorer, I try to be in those kind of areas. Like last game, just pop into the middle area, pop into the areas where other people don't are really. And kind of find those spots.
And that's what the coaching staff wants from you, right? To go to areas, to be thinking about without the puck. It's just as important as having the puck on your stick.
Yeah, it is totally. You don't probably have the puck on your stick maximum 20 seconds a game. So if not, probably not even that. So it's just win a lot of board battles. Just battle hard all the time. I think that gets you, along the way pretty good, and then just work from there.
Do you feel like the game's starting to slow down for you a little bit?
I don't know, maybe a little bit. I feel so much faster right now too. So everything's gotta go maybe in a little bit lower tempo, but still it in a really high kind of speed. But I feel comfortable with it. I practicing really hard this summer, so I'm pretty confident in that kind of speed as well.
I know you'd said that you got a new trainer this summer, right?
Yeah.
And what kind of how did that you think work out?
I think that worked out well. They were happy with my test results when I got back, so I'm happy with that. I feel strong overall. I feel like I'm in really good shape. I feel I can skate for a long time out there as well. So I think it's that mix between off ice and I was on the ice a lot with Jesper this summer too. I think just build that kind of conditioning all the time. You can't skate forever, but it feels like you can skate for a long time. So
the concepts that you learn in the American Hockey League in Utica, is it kind of seamless, the transition coming with what they teach you there and then what you're learning here? Is it almost similar, very similar to what you need to do to be successful?
It's kind of a little bit though. It's not the same style of play. So the players up here are so much more skilled. Everything goes so much faster. Down there it's more hits, a little bit dirty slashing sometimes. So a little bit, learn that kind of game as well. Getting in front of the net, you take some hits, you give some hits. So I think it was a good time to learn that kind of game style as well, and you can just take that in your toolbox and build from that in the future.
Alex, when you're setting up for that one-timer on the power play, what's the most difficult aspect of it? Because guys like Ovi and Stamkos make it look so easy. Is it getting some of that space? Is it making sure there's no one in the lane? Is it trying to keep your head up while you're in the shot process? Like, what do you think is...
I think it's like the everything of the mix of it. Basically, the first thing I'm trying to look at is like, where is the defender? Like, I don't want to hit the stick. I want to have try to have a free lane, but at the same time, don't drift away too much to the wall. Like, try to stay inside the dots, and then when the puck just comes, just hammer it.
I haven't had the chance to speak to you since the beginning of camp. Just wondering, to be able to sort of get in these reps now, just the way things sort of started for you. How are you feeling out there?
Yeah, I mean, I feel great. I think, there's definitely buzz in the building, and, guys are really excited to start the season, and, I think we're having a pretty good camp so far.
Obviously, you've played a little bit now, but to be able to get through a full camp here, what has it sort of been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I missed a couple days early, but just getting back into it and, learning the systems, learning the tendencies of the guys. It's a good group of guys, really skilled out there. So, it's been really good, and I think we're going to keep it going. So.
What's it like working with a coach like Gilly?
Yeah, Gilly's been awesome for me, especially, when I was getting scratched in the playoffs. I think, me and him were working just on little things, keeping it fun, keeping it loose, and, him just really coaching me and coaching me hard and teaching me. He's been really good for me, and I think he's been great for a lot of guys.
What do you think are some of the more valuable things that you've learned from him or are trying to take from him?
I think just on the defensive side, he kind of lets me do my thing on offense, but just on the defensive side, little tips and tricks, and just coaching me hard.
How important is it for a player like you to be able to sort of have that ability to trust in your offensive side of the game at the same time, right?
Yeah, I mean,
coach through it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a huge part of what I bring to the table. My offensive side, my deception, my skating, and ability to create in the ozone, and I think that's a huge part for me to add to this team.
How much more comfortable do you feel this year coming into training camp? I mean, last year thrown right in, trying to learn the system, trying to adjust the NHL. Now you know some of the guys, you're around, you know the system over the summer. How much more comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable right now. I think, coming in, I was on the team, but I didn't play the season. I played 2 games in the regular season, so it was a pretty late addition, and the guys were unbelievable to me in playoffs. Bringing me along and teaching me things and just making me feel part of the group. And now I would say I'm in the group, so it's a little different. I think I'm really excited. I think the team's really excited. Yeah.
Last week you missed a couple days there. Was that just something wear and tear from last season, Luke, or was it off-season stuff, or what happened?
Just soreness, nothing crazy. I think just more of a precaution type thing. So.
And Fitzgerald said that you're on kind of a plan for this training camp. Do you intend to play in a preseason game maybe tomorrow in MSG? What's the plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think the medical staff and the coaching staff have done a really good job, handling me, and I think I'm good to go. And so I don't know who's playing tomorrow or whatever's going on, but I'm ready to play.
Is it important to you to potentially? I mean, I know there's still 5 preseason games left, but to be able to get that in?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important. I would say I'm ready to go right now, and I feel really good. I feel really good on the ice. So, yeah, I mean, I think everyone's really excited around the rink to get started, and I'm very excited. So.
What did it mean for you to see Quinn named captain?
Yeah, I mean, I think he definitely deserved it. I think that's a dedication to how hard he's worked over the couple of years that he's been there, and how the guys really respect him, and it's such an honor for him to be named, and for his teammates to think of him in that way, and that's a dedication to him, and how he's a really good player on the ice, but he's a better person off the ice. So I'm really proud of him, and he definitely deserves it. So.
A couple days in, game under your belt. How are you feeling out there and adjusting to your new team?
Yeah, I thought obviously getting the win was fun for the first game back, and just being able to play with some of the guys in some real action was a lot of fun, and being able to compete again. It felt like a long summer, and feels like everything's kind of slowly getting back to normal, and we're almost there.
spoke with your dad the other day, Rob, and he was saying how, when you were, after you played with Jack, you were kind of just had this wow kind of moment, about how skillful he is. Just kind of walk us through that, what that was like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you saw some of the stuff that he was doing out there, and you've been seeing it for a few years now. But yeah, no, he's definitely one of the most skilled, if not the most skilled guy I've ever played with, and I'd like to say I've played with some pretty good players throughout my career. So, and that's obviously no offense to them, but some of the stuff that he does on the ice is impressive, and the way he competes and everything and demands the puck, it's pretty special.
And I know you've been in the league for several years now, but stepping into that veteran role in a younger team like this that has also had playoff success, what does that kind of mean to you?
Yeah, I think it's just fun. It's just a great opportunity for us, and for myself especially. It's a great time to be here in New Jersey, and I think expectations are really high here, and I think everyone's kind of putting the pressure on themselves to compete and practice and compete to get better every single day. And like I said, it's been a lot of fun, and can't wait to keep playing and keep getting to work.
When you think about that pressure on a team, does it remind you a little bit of some of your years in LA when you guys were winning those cups, or two of them? I know you had that one that first year.
Yeah, I think everything we learned and did in practice translated to games, and I think if you ask kind of anybody who played against those Kings teams back then, it wasn't fun playing against the Kings, going into LA and playing them or playing us, and I think we all kind of took pride in that, and I think that's something that we take pride in here from the very brief time I've been here, is the way we compete, the way we skate, and the way we put pressure on teams, and it's a fun way to play hockey.
Is it impressive? I mean, maybe that's not the right word when you look at so many young guys on this team who embrace that mentality and take it truly to heart.
Yeah, I think they love the game, and like I said, they want to get better every single day, and they want to win, they want to score, they want to be the best player on the ice every single night. And I think if you look at everybody on the team, or guys on the fringe of making the team, they all feel the same way, and that's what has made this team and organization so good.
What are some of the things that Travis is really trying to impress on you guys when it comes to the power play work?
Moving the puck, not being afraid to shoot the puck, and I mean, it's all pretty basic things. It's just a matter of executing, and at the end of the day, scoring goals.
You've played against teams that are fast, quick on the ice. How does this team rank with that?
Oh, definitely up there. The way the system is, it feels like there's pressure all over the ice, and there's a lot of work that we have to do. So, like I said, it's a lot of fun. You're always involved. You're always kind of doing something, and I think the more pressure you put on teams, the more mistakes that they make. And obviously, if you look at the guys in the lineup, turnovers and stuff, that's something that makes other teams pay.
Thanks, Tyler. The groups are kind of changing. You're getting a lot more guys together. What sort of shifts here as you start getting a lot more of your NHL guys into one or two groups?
We're trying to put some people together we'd like to see. So you watch them in practice, put some lines together we'd like to see in games. Watch them in practice, work with different power play groups. So in both groups we had all NHL players in those groups, and we're working on that, working on the penalty killing. So thoughts are trying to split up where we're at with special teams, and trying to split up guys going into games.
Travis obviously working a lot on that power play today with everybody. What are you seeing that he's demanding of your players right now when it comes to the power play?
Well, number one, we're looking at some different opportunities on the entries. Number two is trying to get tighter and try to get lower inside the zone, where we can create some second opportunities. You look at Jack's goal in Montreal, opportunity like that. Nico's goal, though it was a block shot, we had the people in the right places, and then you kick it out to a flank, we're lower. So that's the area that we're really trying to work hard on.
I had a chat with Alexander Holtz this morning talking about the opportunity that's in front of him. You've kept him with his line all throughout, even in the game the other night. Are you seeing him grab hold of this opportunity in front of him?
First of all, I think the way he looks in camp, the way he skated, He's earned the opportunity. Obviously, we were putting him in a position where we want him to succeed. It doesn't happen sometimes from year 1 to year 2, and sometimes it's not even 2 to 3. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. I think I've seen real good growth from the end of the year to training camp now with pace of his play, the endurance he's shown, shift in, shift out. Played one of the top minutes the other night in the game, and I didn't see any fatigue in his game. And I thought all 3 zones, he played a solid game.
Talking about playing all 3 zones there, one of the things he said to me this morning is he really had to think about how he couldn't necessarily be the player he was in Sweden when it came to being successful here. Is that what it's about for him?
Well, I don't quite know what.
Well, he just right. So he relied less on his defensive side of the game and was really all about offense.
I think that we all know that to be a good team, and we said this last year, we had to be committed to play away from the puck. That if we were going to be better, you had to be in the right spot, you had to defend well, you had to track well, we had to get people back. And to a man, that's our top offensive players, and not just the guys down the lineup that you usually count on in those situations.
What have your conversations been with Luke, Hughes, Lindy, during this training camp?
Usually it's been how you feeling, you're getting better, how you feeling, you're getting better. So just being ready to go, being the best practice player, knowing that you're going to get an opportunity in games to show what you can bring to this team. I think we saw some great stuff last year, end of the year, and even through a couple playoff stints. So you got to continue to grow them, and you got to grow defensively. We know how he skates. We know what he can bring. So through training camp and practices, we're just want to continue to see that growth.
And over the past couple of years, it seems this team has gotten younger and younger. Is there a playbook for coaching young kids?
Well, I think the one thing I've said is you have to be a good listener. They want to have a rapport. They want to ask questions. Sometimes they want input on, or they want you to understand why they did something. Sometimes the toughest thing for a young player is he can be the best player on his team all the way growing up. You can be the best peewee, you can be the best bantam, best midget. Sometimes when you get to the pro level, you're not counted on as that best player right off the bat. I think to help that player understand that sometimes you might have to step in and be a third-line player to start off with, that you're not automatically that top guy. You're not going to skip by Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier, or let's just use those guys for an example. So it's understanding that part and knowing that sometimes it takes a little while.